The luxury vehicle provides increased levels of comfort, equipment, amenities, quality, performance, and status relative to regular cars for an increased price. With nearly 100 years of racing experience under the bonnet, it's no surprise that Bentley's 2020 Continental GT convertible goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds and can hit 198 miles per hour. 4 driving modes are available: Comfort, Sport, Custom, and Bentley. From the outside, the new design lengthens the car, puts more muscle in the rear panels, and adds quad exhaust tips at the back for a stronger, sportier look. Inside, Bentley made sure the convertible is as quiet as the coupe on which it's based. Of course, the heated and cooled seats, with the finest hand-stitched leather, are infinitely adjustable, and optional neck blowers can cool or warm you as you choose. The 3-position center console rotates to show either a standard chrome surround gauge package, the multimedia display, or a flat panel that seamlessly blends with the rest of the dash. If the standard V8 isn't enough, the 6.0-liter twin-turbo V12 with 626 horsepower and 664 feet-pounds of torque adds a bit more top-end speed from $222,700. In this special collection of convertibles, the 2020 Elvis stands apart. It's the only one with no roof at all, leaving the task of battling the elements to advanced aerodynamics alone. The car's active aero management system relies on a front deflector to direct air up and over the cockpit, changing its angle of attack according to how fast the car is traveling. Power comes from McLaren's familiar twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8. In this application, the engine creates 804 horsepower and 590 feet-pounds of torque. The sprint to 62 miles per hour is over and done in fewer than 3 seconds, courtesy of a super smart launch control system and a lightning-quick dual-clutch automatic transmission, routing power to the rear wheels. Top speed is yet to be confirmed, but should be in excess of 200 miles per hour. Only 249 units will be offered before production grinds to a halt. Prices: $1.7 million. 2 years after the launch of the widely acclaimed coupe version, the 2020 Vantage Roadster makes its presence felt in the venerable brand's lineup. The convertible, naturally, shares much of its architecture and engineering with the fixed-roof model, but Kia visions have been made to ensure levels of performance remain consistent, even with the fabric top folded away. Power comes from a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 engine, supplied by Mercedes-AMG, which generates 503 horsepower and 505 feet-pounds of torque. This mechanical masterstroke is linked to an 8-speed automatic transmission that drives the rear wheels. 3 different drive modes, Sport, Sport Plus, and Track, and paddle shifters, provide the capability to personalize the drive experience. The sprint to 60 miles per hour takes only a scant 3.7 seconds, and terminal velocity roars into focus at 190 miles per hour, provided the roof is up. Vantage is raw and instinctive, unwavering in its singular purpose. Overwhelm the senses through its world-renowned design, agile performance, and dedicated craftsmanship. 7 odd years ago, Lexus began showing a seemingly endless array of strikingly beautiful concept cars at various automotive gatherings around the world. At the time, onlookers nodded in approval, but remained skeptical that the models would ever go into production. Yet here we have just the latest example of the brand's design aesthetic: the 2021 LC500 convertible, a rolling piece of art, soon to be available for order. Based on the Lexus LC500 coupe, the convertible features a naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8 with 471 horsepower and 398 feet-pounds of torque. In this select group of high-performance roadsters, these numbers may seem on the light side, but the Lexus should certainly be quick enough to make an impression. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a 10-speed automatic transmission, and the sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour should consume around 5 seconds. Some 4 years ago, the world of entry-level Porsche sports cars was sent into a tailspin. For the 2017 model year, the Boxster and Cayman twins received a new moniker, 718, and new turbocharged 4-cylinder engines. As with most things Porsche-related, the change represented a step forward in terms of outright performance, but it was also seen as being a move sideways by many hardcore enthusiasts. Now, with the arrival of the 2020 718 Spider, the naturally aspirated 6-cylinder Boxer engine is back, and so is the kind of open-top performance that helped create the Porsche mystique with models such as the 356 and 550 Spider. Motivation comes from the new 4.0-liter motor, which develops 414 horsepower and 309 feet-pounds of torque, enabling the 718 Spider to hit 60 miles per hour in just 4.2 seconds. Top speed is a supercar-like 187 miles per hour, a staggering figure when you stop to consider the humble beginnings of the original Boxster. All of this performance arrives with tradition intact. The engine is still mounted in the middle of the car for optimum handling. The convertible fabric top is manually operated to save weight, and the only transmission currently available is a 6-speed manual. In sport mode, the adaptive suspension system lowers the car's ride height, the torque vectoring system provides assistance in the corners, and the locking rear differential helps power the car out of those same corners. To cap it all off, the styling of the 718 Spider strikes the perfect tone. A hint of nostalgia for this authentic 21st century sports car. Somehow, inexplicably, the engineering team at Ferrari continues to set new benchmarks in performance, with each new model released. One of the more recent examples is the 2020 F8 Spider, the car that replaces the 488 Spider, an absolute monster that superseded the 458 Spider, which is arguably one of the best supercars ever built. The open-top version of the F8 Tributo, the Spider, is powered by the same twin-turbocharged 3.9-liter V8, so the numbers are downright mind-blowing. 710 horsepower, 569 feet-pounds of torque, a 0 to 60 mph time of 2.9 seconds, and a top speed of 211 miles per hour. The engine is a derivative of the same V8 that's been named International Engine of the Year for the past 4 years, 2016-19. It's blessed with instantaneous response, zero turbo lag, and a kick in the pants at 8,000 RPM, that's certain to terrify the average layman. Under the surface, the Formula One-inspired engineering continues with a launch control system, electronic limited slip differential, customizable vehicle dynamic settings, and the famed Manettino switch to trigger the various drive modes.